So we had two choices. Since I've already done some musical things, I thought I would dive into Max and test one of my original assumptions that you can pretty much make any synth you want. So I decided to make a drum machine and model it after the Akai MPD-26. Since I am still new to Max, this proved to be a bigger challenge than I originally thought. I have yet to delve into all the details of the program, and so far the book has been absolutely no help in the input area of Max, so I had to improvise by reading gobs of forum posts. The first obstacle was getting MIDI notes into Max. I was able to do this with the note in, which receives MIDI information and outputs three things: pitch, velocity, and channel. The second challenge was to isolate notes so that only the pad I hit would register. Note in outputs any MIDI message it receives, and this was unacceptable. I was able to isolate the notes by using split. By setting the low and high limit to the specific note generated by the pad, I was able to isolate each one. After that, I set up a bang object so that every time I hit the pad, it would trigger a sound. This is where I ran into problems. Every time I hit a pad, the bang would activate upon receiving note on, and then activate again when it received a note off, triggering twice each time the pad was pressed. I found that sustain would solve this problem. When activated, sustain lets only note on and velocity information through, holding the note off messages until sustain is released. The only thing I had to do was set up a trigger with a load bang so the sustain would automatically turn on when the patch was opened. The last thing I had to do for the pads was copy and paste 15 more times and adjust the split for each pad. Success. The final thing to do was create all the knobs and faders, which can easily be done with the control in object, setting each one to the respected control input number. I then connected each one to a gain and dial object and set the values to 128 to represent the MIDI values. The rest of the time was spent creating a presentation that mimicked as many features of the controller as possible, right down to the display on the controller. My next trick will be to create the sounds for this machine. Stay tuned.